Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back. From Fox News. Waukesha Christmas parade attack. 5 dead, 48 injured. Darrell Brooks named as suspect. Live updates. Now, I didn't jump on this right away when it happened because I didn't want to be what I criticize, and that is someone that jumps to conclusions with no or little evidence. So let's read the story. These are all facts now. We're not jumping to conclusions. The man being questioned after a red SUV plowed through Waukesha's Christmas parade, killing at least 5 and injuring dozens, has been identified as Darrell E. Brooks Jr., Milwaukee man with a criminal history dating back to 1999 with numerous violent felonies. All true. 6 children who suffered injuries are in critical condition. True. The White House said in a statement that has reached out to state and local officials to offer any support and assistance as needed. I noticed one thing they didn't say in the White House statement. They didn't come right down and bring their verbal wrath on the individual. They offered local and state authorities assistance. Assistance in what? What could they possibly need help from the feds to do? Right? Did he call them names? Did he call him a black supremacist? Did he call him a terrorist? Did he call him any of those names, the president? President Biden in this case? Nope. So it's not what he said, it's what he didn't say. And that should ring loud and clear to people, even Biden supporters. If you're going to be an a-hole and you're going to be judgmental, at least don't discriminate. Be an a-hole to everybody. But this is not what this is about. He can't do that for one simple reason. The man that's in custody or being questioned is non-white. So his hands are tied. And there you have it. Who really, truly are the racists when you treat one race different than another? Better, worse, doesn't matter, even just different. That makes you a racist by definition, period. Let's read on. Darrell Brooks has an active arrest warrant in Nevada for failure to obey sex offender laws. Waukesha parade attacker Darrell Brooks is a convicted sex offender who is wanted in Nevada for failure to obey sex offender laws, according to the sheriff's office. Brooks was convicted in 2006 of having consensual sex with a 15-year-old and conceiving a child with her. Oh, boy. He was sentenced to probation but was arrested for failure to obey sex offender laws in 2016. Brooks then jumped bail on that charge and never appeared in court. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office has an active warrant for his arrest and believe that he was in Wisconsin as recently as last month, but did not have confirmation of his whereabouts. Did Kyle Rittenhouse have outstanding warrants? Did Kyle Rittenhouse have all kinds of prior criminal offenses? No. Did the people that attacked him, some were shot at, 2 were killed, have criminal offenses? You bet. And this is where the funny part is. If you look at the people that you say are committing atrocities, whether you think Kyle Rittenhouse was an active shooter and a white supremacist, or you think this guy here, Waukesha, hit the parade, is a monster too. Look at the people involved. Almost everyone involved going after Rittenhouse was a criminal. One did things that I can't even say to underage boys. I believe it was 9 counts over an 11-year period, and many that were complained about were never brought to court. That alone is just horrendous. Look at this guy. Look at the people they're defending. White House said in a statement it has reached out to state and local authorities to offer support and assistance. Not a word about the person being accused. Nothing. Biden voters, those decent millions of people that are out there right now that voted for Joe Biden, I know you meant well. A lot of you, not all of you, many of you didn't mean well at all. But there's several million that did. I'll put it at about 20, 25 million. It's probably more, but, I'm going to be conservative. That really, truly thought that not having Donald Trump as president and having Joe Biden, just plain old Uncle Joe, he can't cause any harm, was the way to go. Less than 48 hours after the shooting, in this case, when Rittenhouse, called him a white supremacist. Called him white supremacist Kyle Rittenhouse in ads. And here we are, not a few hours after this incident, with the van hitting the Christmas parade, and he's offering help to state and local officials. Like what? He's going to send them coffee and donuts? Like what? What can the feds possibly do to help? Seriously. It's meaningless. But he's got to say something. So that's what the White House says. Well, whoever happens to be the president. Well, maybe someday we'll find out. But as far as the public goes, Biden is the president. But he sure as hell had his mouth running pretty good when there was a problem in the Rittenhouse case. So, folks, whether you like Trump, like Biden, hate Biden, look at the two-tiered system that these people have. And especially an elected official, and especially the highest elected official in the country, the chief executive of the United States, has a two-tiered system. That should put off alarm bells. DA expects to file homicide charges with request bail so high that Darrell Brooks can't post it. And it goes on. You can read the article. And we're going to be charges to be filed here. But this is the one that really got me was this one right here. Let's go down a little bit. There's the picture. DA announces internal review of Darrell Brooks' bail recommendation. And there's 6 kids in critical condition, so let's pray for them. But this is the one that got me more than anything. This should speak volumes. Darrell Brooks' attorney. I do not represent him in any matters in Waukesha County. I can know if I pronounce this right. Waukesha County. Attorney Joe Damask, who is currently representing Darrell Brooks in several Milwaukee cases, all criminal. I don't think they're buying real estate or getting divorced, told Fox News on Monday, I do not represent Mr. Brooks in any matters in Waukesha County or regarding the incident that occurred yesterday in Waukesha County. And then he continued, nor will I be doing so in the future. This is his current attorney representing him in criminal cases in Milwaukee, saying, I do not represent him, nor will I be doing so in the future. And he continues, here at Damask Law, our hearts are broken for all families affected by the tragedy at the Waukesha parade, he continued. The Waukesha community is dear to our hearts here, and we join in their sorrow. We will keep all those affected by this incident in our thoughts and prayers. And that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. The individual here, and that's not a very good, as they say, visual, a smashed up wheelchair, maybe even had a kid in it, who knows, doesn't matter. That's not very good, as they say, visuals. But yet, this guy is not chastised as a monster at all, but as just reacting in a lot of ways, they say, to the Rittenhouse verdict. They're making excuses for the guy already. that it's okay to retaliate because there's a verdict you didn't like or you didn't agree with. That should speak volumes. And every single news organization that doesn't chastise this guy for what he is, we'll give him the presumptions of innocence. But look at his background. This guy is not a Boy Scout or Eagle Scout by any stretch of the imagination. So let's not make him into a hero. There are posters of the two people that were shot by Kyle Rittenhouse and died. One had a criminal track record, had an illegal pistol, which he did bring across street lines, by the way, and Rittenhouse didn't. The other one had things done to underage boys that I can't even say out loud here on YouTube or this video will be taken down. And there's posters all over Wisconsin with Superman capes on these guys and calling them heroes. So I appeal to all the Biden voters out there and all the Democrats like I used to be like. The moderate, normal, decent Democrats, which I was an elected official in the early 2000s here in upstate New York, and I switched parties. The Democrat Party is now dovetailed together with media. Media now works for a political organization as well as social media. That should send alarm bells up for you. I think it was Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator in Italy, that said, when corporations and government merge, that by definition is fascism. Look what's happening. Look how they're not just annihilating this guy in the news, and they're not. So, folks, I know you're disappointed. You're lifelong Democrats. You want to be a Democrat still, but your party has been hijacked by way, way left-wing radicals. Do they represent the majority of people in your party? No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have taken over your party. They have taken over cable news, the vast majority of it, and they have taken over all of social media. And now they're infiltrating in the Department of Justice, the FBI, so on and so on. Every single department, whether it be energy, education, every single department now in the federal government is now infiltrated. I'll call it the worst virus since COVID. It may be even more dangerous virus. Your party is now the party of racists. And it is truly. And I say that with no joy. So in order to get back your party, in order to have the Democrats come back to be the normal party of the working class people, you have to let them go. You have to let them burn to the ground. And then when they rebuild and become a viable, strong party again, maybe, and just maybe, you can throw your support to them. But they have proven themselves the enemy of this country and the enemy of the Constitution. Vast majority of Democrats aren't like that, but it's too late for that. A lot of elected Democrats are just putting their head down and saying nothing. And just by inference, by your inactions, they're just as guilty now as the ones that are radical. So look how they're treating this incident compared to other incidents in the past. Look at the young man, the young black man, I believe was in a shooting incident in a school not too long ago. He got bail the next day. So let's tell the truth here. There is a two-tier justice system. There's a two-tier justice system, but now it's rigged so that people that obey the law, people that can defend themselves within the law, are now the criminals. So Biden voters, I say it again. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty or bad. I'm appealing to your sense of fairness and your sense of patriotism to this republic, to the community you live in, and to the Constitution of the United States. You fought the good fight. The Democrat Party is now gone. Remember that next time you go into the voting booth or the next time you watch CNN, MSNBC, or any of the other cable news networks. Think about this. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.